Hi, it's August 27th, 2020, and it's 6:40 p.m. Pacific time in the evening, and I'm doing a reading, a mediumistic style reading, with Robert Trump. I was delayed in filming this because I haven't been feeling well as a result of the fires and some treatment I'm undergoing, so I'm a bit delayed, but I want to film this while I can. Okay. So I'm looking at Robert, and I'm just kind of dialing into who he is, trying to connect, and to see if there is something he or his being doesn't want to share, basically. Okay, so I'm going to focus on him. And I don't believe his cause of death has yet been revealed. So, just out of curiosity, I'm asking, what was the cause of his death, and how is he now? Robert Trump. Donald Trump's youngest brother. Both of his brothers are now deceased, his older and his younger. Somehow, I wonder if it doesn't make him feel more, whereas for someone else it would probably typically make them feel quite sad. But with Trump, I wonder. Okay. More like I wonder not. I think there's a part of that appeals to him. Okay, so Robert Trump. How did I ask my guides, my ancestors, and the Creator to help me understand how he passed and share what Spirit feels like should be shared about him, how he passed, and how he feels. I think that's fair. How did Robert Trump pass? What does he want to share? And what does Spirit want to share about how he feels, etc.? Well, I get what amounts to be the page of, I believe, wands with this deck. This deck is a little different. This deck kept falling into my lap. I kept finding it around me today, so that's why I decided to use it. And Page of Pills, which is Page of Pentacles. That's interesting. We get two pages. Wands and Earth. So I'm going with something that feels like neurological type, perhaps based. And when I just intuitively look at these pictures, I'm feeling that this could have been a condition that he aggravated. Could have been a situation with these page cups that pre-existed. Reversed Two of Pills. It looks like maybe he wasn't taking medication he was supposed to, or there was an inconsistency with taking medication. That's just what comes to me immediately with the image and the card, traditional meaning itself and as reversed. Normally, I don't tend to read reverse cards, but this deck got a little bit cast around, and I just felt like I didn't need to go through and correct it, just to read it and shuffle it and read it as I found it. Knight of Knives. Yeah. So this is an energy that shows a rush, a sudden quickening. So I wonder, did he not have access to medicine, and was he not taking medication perhaps as he should for a certain ailment that he already had problems with? That's what I'm getting, in all honesty. He may have not been taking medicine correctly for something. And then 10 of Knives. This caught up to him, I think. Five of Knives. So the Five of Swords. Yeah, I think he had around the head as well. Something around the head. I'm feeling like there could have been an event like where he would have like a severe headache that was unfortunately perhaps an indicator of something far more significant, far more serious. It feels like it's something that didn't get treated. And it feels like a stressor or something just built right up and to a dangerous level. Knives. Six of Wands. And I get a feeling like there's something he was doing where he was trying to get... He needed to balance. I think there was a certain image he had that to project as being as being successful, and perhaps not taking the medication the way he should, or not seeing to a certain aspect of his health the way he should, may have been in his mind something to be avoided. I just feel like there's a messed up idea. It's based in ego. And that's why there's a Temperance card that says this was an imbalanced perception that he had regarding a perception that he felt was shows strong, attractive, what he wanted to project. It's a certain imagery of somebody that is a winner, and I believe he neglected something. I believe he neglected to seeing to something, and I believe it caught up to him, and it looks like an event around the head. I've gotten this 3 times now. I did 2 prior readings that I didn't record and post, and ended up deleting because I just was interrupted and didn't feel well and stuff. So this one that I'm recording, I can again say, wow, here's that again. So this is the 3rd time I'm seeing a card to do with the head, showing something around the head. he's gotten the tower for me previously twice, where it shows, and I kept being drawn to the lightning striking the tower, the crown of the head. He's gotten for me in another reading the Nine of Wands, which is again a bandage around the head and kind of an exhaustion. And now I'm getting the Ten of Swords, and in this deck, knives all around the head. And I feel like the 5 here is showing just a concentrated point of loss. I just feel like maybe it could have been a neurological event. I don't know. But I'm thinking, aneurysm, stroke, and heart attack potentially that contributed to a stroke. I don't know. There's something energetically along those lines. But I feel that something around the brain, something around the head, that affected it. It could be a blood clot. It could have been any one of those things. But it feels like it affected the brain. 5 of Wands. Yeah. Well, 5 of cigarettes in this one, with the reverse King of cigarettes. Yeah, that's not good. So, again, I'm feeling, just looking at the imagery, that his head's on fire. A neurological effect of the head that deals with the head again. The heads of these roses are on fire with the cigarettes. It's that feeling again. And I also had kept getting the 6 of Wands for him, the 6 of cigarettes. This is a matter that I think he left untreated out of a situation of pride or seeking to deny that he wasn't well, that there was something he needed to look after. Just complete denial of it. And I believe denying his health denied him any treatment until it's too late. So that's not good. Yeah. So this is Judgment and the 7 of Bottles. I got Judgment for him before, and usually Judgment means, it's whatever you have or haven't done prior, and about an awareness of the importance of how what you do is, whether for good or for creating a situation to get worse. And with the 7 of Bottles, which would be the 7 of Cups, I feel like his awareness was dimmed by an emotionally based idea where it's dreamy. It's not really based on practicality or truth. It's based on an illusion. That's the problem. He didn't value or listen to his body, I think. Didn't use good sense in some way to take care of himself, and not to blame someone for their illness, but it just looks like he may have been one of those people that never bothered much with doctors, that kind of thing, or if he had the medication, he didn't Definitely something about not getting medication or taking or treating something. And it feels to me like he left it open then by not getting it seen to develop and get worse. And it just, I feel like, led to its end. Yes. So he gets a lot of the same cards, and I feel like there was an imbalance that he did not attend to. He didn't correct. He didn't get something done, or he wasn't receiving treatment for, I think, a health issue. He may have needed, he could have even needed surgery or something. I'm not clear. But I feel like it was a problem that he didn't see or know to get treatment for. I think he kind of ignored any symptoms, and he may not have been great for taking medication in a timely fashion. Okay, so I want to see how he feels. How does Robert feel about his passing? And who was Robert, or is Robert Trump? So I'm asking for Spirit to relay that to me. Spirit of Truth. Relay who Robert Trump was and how he feels now that he's on the other side. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not okay. Page of Knives reversed. Right there, I'm feeling like there's an immaturity of the mind. King of Cigarettes, there's the King of Wands, and the Page of Knives reversed. I feel like this is Donald. Maybe it's the way he feels about his brother, is a reversed Page of Knives. So it goes back to childhood. And I would say that as the card is reversed, it is not a positive memory. I think he sees his brother as being very childish, aggressive, and that he likes fighting. That's why he's been so successful at causing division and destruction and chaos. People keep expecting that waiting for him to produce something of some kind of creation. He doesn't create, he only destroys. The Sun is reversed, and the Queen of Cigarettes, the Queen of Wands, is reversed. There's a lack of clarity, or there's something that has been hidden. There's a woman, a Queen of Wands, that is also reversed. There could have been unhappiness with a woman. I don't know if Robert was married or not, to be honest. I'm doing this off the cuff. That's why sometimes then I like to look after I do my reading and read up on them. Somehow, where a significant woman is involved here, I feel like this is Donald. Robert, I know as much as being a Virgo, I think. But maybe this is some Leo aspect of him. I'm not sure. Typically, though, when I get the King of Wands, I think of Donald Trump. And this page reverse makes me feel like it deals with childhood or past, or a childlike an ill-dignified aspect of the card. And I do know that Trump bullied Robert in their childhood, especially. But clearly, Robert was on board because that was his family, and also wanting to try to keep some sort of family name, some family brand, and put it out in the world and be associated to it. I think this was also something very, very much he was committed to doing. There is now this Queen of Cigarettes, this Queen of Wands could be his mum. I'm not exactly clear. I'm going to have to go back and see whether or not Donald's mom and Robert's mom was a Leo. Or if he had, when he got to be an adult, a wife that was a Leo. Because if it's not his mom, it could be a wife or a girlfriend. But I'm feeling like with this reverse sun, which is really a negative, this could be that there is either something yet to come out or another side that is very dark and quite other than as has been projected, involving a Queen of Wands, involving a woman that would have a short temper. She'd be volatile, very expressive, command and be needy and need a lot of attention. Have temper tantrums. And be high drama, potentially. The reversed Six of Pills. Just take a look at that. I'm getting used to this deck. And it's reversed. Some decks, you know, it can be very hard to completely identify with every card and pick up, because that's the one thing. That's why the Rider-Waite deck has been so significant. Most people can read easily enough with it. Queen of Bottles, Queen of Cups upside down. This might be the stuff that's been going on with the women in the family, their real opinion of Donald Trump coming out. There might be something with the mother. This could be the sister. This could be his sister. Oh my gosh. Donnie Trump's sister. Robert Trump's sister. I think that this is what that's referring to. Where she called him, I think, an inveterate liar. Okay, I'm filming. Thank you for taking that. this has to do, and then there's another one, a Queen of Cups. This is, to me, the Queen of Cups typically for the Trumps is Ivanka. Now, for Robert Trump, this could be her, or maybe it's somebody through him as yet that I haven't thought of. But something, it would indicate to me that there's a woman that feels, or where a deal where a woman is concerned, a Queen of Cups is concerned, wasn't completed. Not given, not shared, not given help or something. Could be the niece, maybe, because of the stuff that they did with the will. So there's two women. This could be the niece and the auntie. This is the ego. This would be the ego that prances around before other people. After, they have to be kind of recognized as the winner, and there's judgment on this. This is, I think, the truth coming home to roost, because there is so much ego involved here. And I think he's showing me Donald Trump and his sisters, and them saying less than nice things, coming out, being more critical of Donald because of things that happened in the past. He's being judged for it. That shows a judgment on him as being pompous, as being needy, and a liar, etc. Yes, no kidding. So it's a consequence. This is a way in consequences that has come about, that is coming about now, for that. Sorry for the background noise, the door just came open. Four of Wands. That doesn't look good. Reversed Moon. I feel like there's secrets that are going to come out. I feel like this is a view, Spirit's showing us a view not just through Robert's eyes, but Robert's seeing what's happening in truth now, that this is a result. The truth is that about Donald is from it coming from the mouths of his own family. It's just that they have been suppressed. And perhaps in my earlier readings where Trump was concerned that what was some scandal that was coming, and I think is yet to come. We're going to have a bunch of scandals coming down, I believe. This to me would show, with the moon reversed, a secret that is not kept, a secret that comes out. And the Four of Cigarettes, it looks to me like it's room, I want to say it's like goes into society. It is, society has access to it. It's part of what's passed around, goes through society. This information. So there is yet information yet to come out. I don't know if it's more of his own family's dim opinion of him. Maybe something along those lines. How will Trump supporters be able to reconcile that? Now, like the sister, they can brush off. But if there's, the closer these comments are in immediate family, I think the more it will matter to them. But I see, the question would be, I suppose, to ask is, will something like that come out? I think they're pretty much on board for everything, so the Ace of Knives, the King of Knives. This is Donald Trump trying to prevent this truth from coming out. So here's a big deal. There's something that he's been trying to prevent from getting out. A lot of things he's been trying to prevent from getting out and has been suppressing, besides votes and people's access. This is information he's trying to stop, but he won't be able to. Or a narrative he won't be able to spin, just like he is with Jacob. Jacob Blake. He's tried to spin that now. But we can't give up, and we must continue to try and persist for equality. Now we get the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Knives, and we get the Knight of Knives. I feel like this is an activity or an action taken by a woman who may be in government or law with regard to this secretive information leak getting out. I don't know if she's the one that leaks it or what. But I get a woman of an air sign, and I feel like she gets information out. The question is, I think it's the information that Donald was trying to keep quiet. 10 of cigarettes. And the Emperor was reversed. So this unpleasant time will come to an end, and he will be unseated. Donald Trump will be unseated. But I believe that he will make it miserable and drag it out to the end, causing a great deal of damage as much as he can with that 10 of cigarettes, that 10 of wands. I believe that means there will be more violence. I believe there will be potentially for that anyway. So people need to be careful. And it's a peaceful, by and large, most people protesting are peaceful. But there are people that come in with a different agenda, and sometimes to stir things up, like I think has been happening. I think I'm getting a message, regardless of the fact that I was trying to read on Robert. I did get a cause of his passing, which I believe is some sort of neurological brain situation. Something around to do with the head. Or happening inside the brain. Like a lack of oxygen, could be a blood clot, aneurysm, stroke. But this I'm concentrating on right now. The 10 of Wands would mean just an aggression that's pushed. He's going to double down. He's going to be the most ill-dignified in his conduct, which is no surprise, but I think the surprise will be that he's just going, the longer he sits in office, he's going to just make it worse and worse till he is unseated. He just cannot remain there. The Star, there's no hope. And he's lost his position of fame. The 6 of Bottles reversed, the Six of Cups reversed, his past, particularly, and children, with probably the children at the border in particularly, more information where that is coming, what is going on with them, what has happened to them, and as well as perhaps his own past, his own more damage coming from maybe people within his own family or that have worked with him. That certainly is happening. They bring down his light. They bring down his power in connection to his own activities. Bring himself down. He destroys himself. Yeah. It's not like happy memories. These are people recalling unpleasant pasts with him. I'll just pull a few more. Two of relationship, more personal relationships, business, and otherwise are concerned. It's reversed, so that's not good. And the Page of Bottles reversed. He's not able to charm his way. He's not able to depend upon that weak charm that he has to cover the corruption underneath it. It's destroyed a partnership. It's destroyed, also created division. Death. And the Nine of Cigarettes reversed. It's just too much. It comes to an end. He's put it off for a little while, but not long, because, you know, he has a natural, there is a time for him that's coming up. We're coming round to that end. The only difference it will be, how does he go out? Well, he's going to go out ill-dignified. That's what I get with those reversed. The end happens, the pressure's there, doesn't change anything. The only thing that matters is, with this end, is how does someone go out? Well, he goes out ill-dignified. Because he acts and will do ill-dignified, ugly, ugly things. That's what we can expect from him. Even just this reading here is quite something. I think he will abandon. He's going to fight for a while until he has to give up. But he's going to push back. Up to that point. And then I think with that Eight of Bottles, if he sees a perfect alignment as a way out, he's going to go for it, I believe. The Devil is reversed with the Seven of Bottles. He's just not able to, I think, carry out this over-the-top control that he counted on having, being able to abuse. Seven of Bottles. It's like a diabolical fantasy that he wants to carry out, and he's not able to do it. He's just going to be gaslighting really, really much more. But the more he does, it's like the more people it just clarifies for them what he's up to. And he's got to go. He has to go. That he's also, this was reversed, been, I believe, and a lot of other people suspect as well, he's been taking things of value, potentially, I think, out of the White House. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes and is allegedly only. But there is something of value that I feel like is snatched, is taken. And it's been covered up over and over again, over and over again. It's just to the point that they've so abused this power of communication. And there are people that have just drank the Kool-Aid. You're not going to change that. There will be people that become more committed the more they amp up the message, the more that Trump amps up his message, as he has been. And of course he's going to do that. The more we get to deal with. It's, you know what I'm saying? But he will go. Just know that he's going to go. But he's going to do very ugly, ugly things with society and be pushing for things, provoking things to happen. That's what Spirit's telling. 9 of Knives and the reversed Knight of Bottles. I feel like there's a lot of violence that comes round as a result of misdirected youth. Like there's, the guy that killed people in, that young kid killing people during the Black Lives Matter. This is wrong. He's like a Hitler youth, in my opinion. What the F? And this is where I'm worried a bit, that you're going to see more of that kind of behavior out of young people and others that, look who they had at the RNC. That's just a glimpse of what's coming, what they're going with. They're going with a vigilante style of, and it's not even vigilante, it's his goons out to attack protesters and demonstrators. Protest and demonstrators. To me, either one of those are fine. There's a legal right to do it. Most of the people are not violent. Most of the people are peacefully protesting. There's an element that comes in, and it's a smaller element. And some of that element as well, if not a good part of it, is planted. I'm being shown that crap. It's a manipulation for the perspective, the narrative. And I do feel like there is definitely a call. He is provoking, this man is provoking violence. He should not be allowed to do that. He has just illegally used images of the White House in his campaign. Why is this not being stopped? I get the 9 of Pills reversed. And the Tower. This is how his image is going to be cemented so it gets torn down. This will be this campaign season's the final season of Donald Trump. And then he gets fired by the universe. He is not given the power to use anymore. That lifestyle, all that, and that business, And support, yep, gets cut off. Especially from overseas. So probably the help from Putin and Putin's helpers, that may get shut off for him. Let me just look with the whole deck. Oh, we're at 45. Okay, I'm going to stop at 45 and I'll do another reading. Okay.